Hi, my name is Shawn Wilson. I'm the owner of Epicenter Cycling, and today we're talking about everything you need to know about the Trek Allant 7 Plus. The Allant 7 is a very popular electric assist bike that we sell. It's kind of a hybrid style bike, so a lot of our customers will use it for commuting around town to work, transportation, and also go a little off-road, some gravel, fire road type riding. You'll notice these bikes, they kind of look almost like a mountain bike. So you're sitting in a mountain bike posture. You're not super bent over, you're not really up, you're kind of in the middle regarding your posture. They make 3 different frame styles. The low step, or some people call step through. High step, kind of your traditional style. And the staggered frame, where you just have a little bit of sloping to the top tube. All right, the Allant 7 comes with a Sun Tour front suspension fork, 50 millimeters of suspension, just enough to take the edge off the bumps if you're riding on a gravel, fire road, or dirt path, or just a really rough road. Just makes it a little easier on your body. You can lock out the fork. You'll notice on the right side of the fork here, you can flip this lever, and that'll firm it up. So if you're going faster on the pavement, some people like how the bike handles when the fork is firm. Open setting, just enough to take the edge off the bumps. So when you have the fork in the open setting, when you're going up a hill, if you feel like the fork is bouncing, you can add some preload adjustment, and that'll give the bike a little better consistent handling. The bottom of the right leg is a rebound adjustment. So that's going to adjust how fast the fork returns after you compress it. You want it to be nice and smooth so the bike has even control. If you turn the rebound knob clockwise, so adding more rebound dampening, that's going to slow the fork and the speed it returns. If you go counterclockwise, the return will be faster. The Allant 7 has the Bosch Performance CX motor, which is Bosch's top of the line, highest torque motor. This motor is the same motor that comes on all the mountain bikes. So if you've got some steep hills in your neighborhood, you will have 0 problems with the Bosch CX motor. It has 85 Newton meters of torque with a maximum support of 340%. The bike uses the Bosch Purion display, which is an easy to read display on the handlebar to adjust different settings of assist. So if you start out in the off setting, the motor disengages really well. You can ride it like a normal bike. You don't feel a ton of drag. A lot of the other motors on the market, you'll feel the drag when the motor is off. This one disengages really well. If you want a little bit of assist, you just hit this plus button here. Eco is the lowest level of assist. Then it goes to Tour. Then it goes to Sport. Turbo is the highest. If you needed to walk up a steep hill and you didn't want to ride it, when you're in an assist setting, there's a walk mode where you press this button here and you hold down the plus button. So while it says walk plus, if you hit that, the bike will go. And that'll kind of offset the weight of the bike and allow you to push the bike up a hill. There are also other functions with this display if you hold the negative button. So you hold the negative for about 2 seconds and then you let go and it'll say trip, so you can keep track of how the distance you're going on each ride. If you want to reset that at the beginning of each ride, you hold down both buttons. And now you're back to 0. Hold negative again for 2 seconds, let go. That's your total, that's odometer of the bike. So if you want to keep track of your maintenance intervals and see how many miles you're riding per year, use that odometer function. Hold the negative again for 2 seconds. This is the range function. I like to keep it on this setting because I don't want to run out while I'm in the middle of a ride of battery life. So right now we're at 4 bars, 4 out of 5.
it's telling me I got 50 miles in the eco mode. Now this number will change while you're riding. So if you're on a hill, you're going up a steep hill, it's using more battery, that number will shrink. You're going downhill or on the flat, it'll increase. So this will adjust while you're riding. So I'm using this in combination with my battery indicator here to make sure I can get back to the house without running out of battery.
The Allant 7 Plus has a motor that will assist up to 20 miles an hour. So we call that a Class 1 e-bike. There is an Allant 7S version. It looks just like this bike, but the motor is designed to go up to 28 miles an hour. Some of our customers who are commuting, they want to go faster on the side roads and keep up with the flow of traffic a little easier. They like to go with the 28 mile an hour model, where most of our customers are happy with 20 miles an hour, especially if you want to go a little off-road. You're going to want to get the 20 mile an hour model. The Allant 7 has a Bosch 500 watt battery. There is a key that is used to remove the battery. On the left-hand side, there is a keyhole. You turn the key clockwise, the battery will come out just a little bit. You press down on this lever, use this as a handle. You can charge the bike right here, or you can charge the bike at the bottom on the left side. There's a little port here to plug it in. So depending on your storage situation, you can charge it on or off. You'll notice this battery has a little spacer here. So if you ever did want to get a 625 watt battery, you would have the ability to do that. There's enough room in the frame here for that. The Allant 7 comes with the 500 watt, 36 volt, 13.4 amp hour battery. It's a lithium ion battery. To put the battery back in, just press down on that lever. You're going to rest the battery right at the bottom. Turn the key clockwise, press the battery in, turn the key counterclockwise, and it'll stay locked in. The Allant 7 comes with the Shimano Alivio drivetrain, shifter and derailleur. It's a 9-speed shifter, trigger shifter, very simple. The paddle with your thumb is shifting to a lower gear. The lever behind it is shifting to a higher gear. The derailleur system is very durable, low maintenance, simple to use. The main thing you just need to be aware of is when you're shifting you're on a hill, you want to be pedaling, keep your pedal moving so you have a nice smooth cadence. If you have to shift and you're on a hill, just kind of ease up on the pedal right as you go to shift, allowing that chain to move easily between the rings on the cassette. One nice benefit of having the Bosch motor when it's a mid-drive system where the motor's in your cranks, you have standard wheels and standard axles. So let's say if you ever wanted to mount a kid's trailer back here, this is a 135 hub spacing with a standard quick release. The axles that come with it are bolt-ons, so you have to use an Allen to remove it. But it allows you to pull a kid's trailer or a cargo trailer if you wanted to. You have that option. The brakes on this bike, Shimano hydraulic disc brakes, very powerful. It comes with these 2-finger levers. Super low maintenance. They've got 180 millimeter rotors. That's going to give you a lot of stopping power. Even if you have a lot of descending, they're not going to heat up super fast. They're going to give you consistent braking and very low maintenance. The main thing you need to know about these brakes is just to keep oil away from those rotors. When you're putting chain lubricant on, just make sure you're not spraying lube all over the bike, and you do not want to get any type of oil onto the disc brake rotors. A lot of our customers always have a big concern regarding the saddle. This is the Bontrager commuter comp seat, which actually a lot of our customers have had positive feedback. They do make this seat in different widths, and they make a version with a fluid design, which basically some gel built into the seat that makes it even softer. But I tell customers to try it a good 30, 40 times before you decide to keep the seat. We offer, a satisfaction guarantee, so you can actually get on it and put some miles on it. And if it doesn't work, we'll trade it in, and you can try a different saddle. The saddle has a nice cutout here, and that takes some pressure off your soft tissue. But just know that this is a standard rail design. You can put any seat on here. I wouldn't, if you're trying to go more the comfort route, I would not put a big cruiser seat on there, because those saddles are designed for bikes where you're sitting vertical. When you're sitting more of a mountain bike posture, the way your body touches the seat, you want to have a saddle that's proper for your sit bone width. The components that come on this bike, the wheels, the drivetrain, the frame design, everything is very durable, very robust. And Trek says there's a 300-pound weight limit, and that's for the rider and the cargo combined. But we found that these bikes they take a lot of abuse. They're really durable, they're spec'd very well. So you can be confident in how this bike comes out of the box. They did a great job with speccing the Allant 7. Some customers buy this bike and they specify they want a more upright posture. They want the flexibility to be able to go on and off road, but they want the handlebar a little taller. Trek has already designed this bike so it has a larger head tube, and that takes a lot of pressure off your shoulders and your hands, so the handlebar is already taller out of the box. If you need to go even higher, we have these adjustable stems that we can swap out on the bike and get the handlebar taller. Now, when you go to any extreme, it does affect your steering of the bike and the handling of the bike. But this is an option that some of our customers decide to do, and that's something we can help with. The high step model and the staggered model both have the option to put the range extender battery, so it's a second battery that goes on the frame if you want to double your range. The low step model does not have room for that, so you would just have the one battery option. You'll notice these bikes have mounting for water bottle cages. The low step is going to be mounted up here. High step frame, you'll have a mount here and here. A lot of our customers that buy the Trek Allant 7 generally buy some type of saddlebag or pannier option. These are designed to clip on and off the side of the rack nice and easily. It keeps the weight nice and low. Just makes your bike a lot more versatile. If you have smaller items to carry and you want the bike to look a little more streamlined, they make trunk bags that clip on and off the top of the rack. Some of them have shoulder straps, some of them are waterproof, some of them aren't. This is an example from Ortlieb. The Allant 7 is one of the only models that Trek specs the Schwalbe G1 tire. This is a really good all-purpose gravel and road tire. It's got these smaller knobs to roll really fast, and if you do go in the dirt, you're going to get some traction. It's a 27.5 wheel diameter and a 2.2 width. All right, when we build the bikes, we set up the lights to always turn on when you press the power button on the display. So this has a really good front light. You can actually see where you're going if it's completely dark. Some riders add additional lights on their helmet if you're riding off-road, but around the city riding, this front light is more than enough. The rear is all about safety, very bright. It uses the Bosch battery for the lights. It barely uses any battery life, so we set it up to always be on for your safety. The Allant 7 comes with really good fenders. Some bikes out there, the fenders can be a little flimsy. They did a great job with this model how they're mounted to the fork here and here. The fenders don't rattle around, especially when you're off-road. It's really important you get a bike with fenders that are solid. So the rack actually integrates with the fenders. So there's no rattling coming from the fenders. They're really solid. If you look down there at the derailleur, they've got this guard that helps protect the derailleur. If the bike were to tip over or you lock it up on the bike rack and someone hits your bike, you're not worried about the derailleur getting out of whack. All right, so this is everything you need to know about the Trek Allant 7.